Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. With a quick update with myself and my man Paul here. Hope you guys are doing well. We've got Mr. Powell. He's going to be giving a speech today. It may or may not induce some volatility, hence we wanted to hop on. If we do get some volatility, we'll cover the price action live. And if not, we're going to give you an update because we have had some impulsive moves in the Bitcoin markets and other markets as well. And, with stocks and being Paul's area of expertise, I will go ahead and pass the floor over to him.
So good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are based, basically. And I'm Paul from Pro Traders Lounge. This is our website. Basically, we are 9-10 traders that give live updates from our website. We have many sessions per week, as you can see from our website, from New York close to specialist altcoin sessions, Elliott wave sessions, and people specializing in separate subjects of the call out there, especially subjects of things like Elliott waves and forex psychology. We have swinging sessions, essentially where we look for long swing trades, and this is the website. We cover lots on Discord, a very active Discord, including stocks and indices, commodities such as gold, even through to corn and soya beans, you name it. We cover everything. Basically, there's hundreds of traders trading different commodities and stocks and altcoins, and of course Bitcoin as well. Predominantly, the most active chart at the moment is Bitcoin. So that's something that we do. So come and check us out on Discord and come and check out our website. Obviously, we've got Instagram and Twitter. So if you want to hit us up on there, that'd be great. So myself and Patrick today, again, you can follow us both on Twitter. So check us out on Twitter and for regular sort of updates. But today we're going to be covering the updates from Powell and hopefully get a bit of volatility today and talk through some price action. And yeah, basically, I predominantly trade the indices, do trade some Bitcoin, and I'm looking for a bit of a move up potentially on the ES today or over the next couple of days or so. But basically, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah.
That lines up what I'm seeing on the crypto side. I'll go over that in a little bit with you guys, but that does line up. Like there is some potential for upwards continuation, and we'll go over that scenario here shortly.
Perfect. Yeah, that'd be really good to see. And I think I'll due to start speaking literally any minute, if not started already.
Let's see. Yeah, see if we get any updates on Powell talking. Nothing yet.
Let's see what we get.
So I'll go ahead and give you guys a brief review of what I'm looking at on the crypto side. When Paul's looking for the move up, I don't necessarily disagree on the crypto side. So I'm not going to run you through all the shorts we took. We did a little update last week. I think I covered that fairly well, shorting all these areas of interest. But I want to go over where we are currently and what can happen, what I'm seeing. So essentially, when we have a massive impulse down, as we did back in August, I found the first retrace will often offer you a very good idea of the upcoming range, which, as you can see, these marked out levels, just basically extensions of the volume profile of just this bounce. That's all we're looking at. But it did give us a pretty good range to trade from. You can see we get a deviation to the top side, deviation to the downside, fairly well contained. We came back in, found support on the point of control, so you could call this a bullish partial rotation. Hence, that is one reason I think we could get some continuation to the upside. We still need more data to confirm that, but here's what I'm seeing. So when we break this down, really, so you see the range, it's pretty simple to see in the 12-hour. First of all, I love the 4 and 12-hour charts. You don't need to live on the 15-minute and 5-minute charts to trade Bitcoin successfully. I found it's actually quite the opposite. If you want the premium trades, zoom out. and take a higher time frame look. So if we just, go into the 4-hour chart and look at this local data that we have, our impulse down and our impulse back up, you can see that we've essentially cleared this pocket of volume. A lot of probably shorts that were open from here got cleared with the wick up today. So we did take some stop losses. You could call it local liquidity, whatever you want to call it. It did take out a number of traders, but it closed back beneath the previous impulse value area high. That is the current trigger level that I am looking at for continuation. If we close, especially if we close the day above 27,125, and we can get a back test, it's got to hold the back test. Come up, hold it, and keep moving up. I do see a case for continuation, but we have to see again what the rest of the day is going to give us. Really have to be patient. If you're not in a position, I've got a long going from around this area and a short going from around here. Just being patient and waiting for the data to develop on what we're actually going to advise our members. And one thing I noticed actually when I was getting ready for this update with you guys, and I don't trade patterns. I mean, I trade harmonics, but simplistic patterns, I really don't trade them. But I couldn't really not see this, to be honest with you. We just strip this away, take our local volume away. I mean, it's kind of clear that I would think the average trader would see this triangle right here. We're putting in some kind of, well, now if we take the range data that we have, our current range, it lines up kind of nice. Like if we were to rotate back down, I do like that idea. We come down, boom, spend some time, and we just come up and into a tightening area. So that's my case for downside. I can kind of see a triangle forming. Personally, Emmy, one of our pro traders, the king of triangles, I don't, again, chart them very often. I don't post them very often. This is one instance where I would, where I don't think people are seeing this top trend line forming. And if you kind of mirror that angle with the downside, it would kind of basically line up with us finding support at these range lows with a little move up and just tightening price action. So that's the downside case, is that we could be forming a triangle and really just staying within this range. Now, the upside scenario, if we were, let me back out a little bit, let these volume pulls update. There we go, beautiful. If we were to close above, there are areas of interest to the upside. Specifically, I mean, we could get an SFP of this level here, and that's if we take a look at our previous macro impulse up, and I do mean macro, from the annual low to the last year's low to this year's high. The point of control, that was just a gimme scalp short there. Like I said, Bitcoin is not inherently difficult to trade if you can zoom out and just see these easy levels for what they are. Now, if we claim this level here, I have to think we're going to get some kind of a reaction at the back test of our old range that we put in this channel. This is a beautiful channel, especially in the month of June and July. I mean, it was perfect. Got the top half, got the bottom half. We shorted the last liquidity grab of the midpoint. Boom, it fell out. Now, again, the upside scenario would be it's faking people out of this trend line. We make the move up, perhaps a little back test, but then I think this would be the next area to look for a scalp short, because it would be a first touch. If you miss the first touch, don't trade the second and third touches, because you could just as easily be claiming this level, finding support, and getting back inside the range where, again, we do have a key level right here at 30,190. Those are all levels I would be marking out on your charts. Right here, 28,800, 3190. Those are the high, those are those premium trades if we get them. Those are the ones that we wait for. For now, if Bitcoin can't get any higher, or if we get a drop down to end the day, if we get any kind of downside volatility during the session, I think this would be the likely local scenario. I do have an area down below that I'm looking for. Basically, I have a lot of reasons to look for a long and an SFP of this impulse down, but I don't think Bitcoin's going to make it that easy for us. I like the idea if we do not get continuation, I like the idea of staying within this range and forming a little triangle before probably some kind of a double move, where if you go down then up or up then down, it's going to be some kind of fake out move before it makes the real move. It'd be very difficult to trade from the low time frames. You got to have these high time frame areas in mind. But for now, like I said, let's go back to the 4 hour, take a look at our last couple of impulses. Boom, from high to low, and then from the ensuing low, practically the same low. So that's why we use it there to high. And we got to get above this level. You can see we had a little test of it. This is kind of the local level to watch right now. 27, 120, 125. That's like your daily close level. I'd be keeping an eye on. And then if we were to claim it, in the next 4 hour candle, I would look for, again, if we can get a back test that level. You may not get it. It may just shoot straight up and you'd have to chase it. That's where, liquidate, our volume comes into play. Local volume really helps you trade with the trend. Got a whole strategy base behind that of trading with the trend with local volume analysis. But yeah, if we're done, I'd look for this right here. If we're not, I'd be patient for 28.8, take the first touch scalp short, and a quick take profit, quick TP1, quick TP2, secure the win with the stop loss after you hit profits, because there is a chance we could be re-entering the range, our old range up there. So it's a lot of stuff, a lot of scenarios to throw at you, but that's what trading is. It's building scenarios to the upside, downside, having it backed up with data that is back tested, and this volume data that I use has over 85% accuracy. So even though it is multiple scenarios, multiple situations, I am confident that if one of these scenarios starts to play out, that it will it'll hit the outcome that I'm looking for. So that's my update on Bitcoin for now. I've got an altcoin. It'll be a surprise if the level hits during this update. I'll show it. If not, I'll leave it alone. Let's just leave it for the members. There's one altcoin that I think we could get a sweet short on that Paul I know is looking at as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at First Swap, see if we got any updates from Powell. Nothing really to speak of just yet. Local volume. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're basically just long. These are a lot of shorts have closed out on this bounce. Not really a strong bounce, not lots of longs coming in. Open interest, that's the amount of total volume coming in, decreasing. You got to wait for daily close to be sure. I mean, that's my opinion. But I would say, again, if you're looking to hop into a short, I would be looking to kind of take lots of profits in this area. 25,720. Leave a little bit running. You never know if we just break that trend line and run down towards our real buy area, or where we really want to buy. But yeah, this is what I'm liking on Bitcoin right now. This is kind of my trigger level for the upside, and then my scenario to the downside. And I guess we will, I know I've been blathering on, and unless we get some volatility, I'll pop back on. I'll go over Bitcoin. But you guys, you know what I know, you see what I'm seeing, and I would recommend waiting for daily close to hop into any positions, personally. Wait for the data to develop, see what the market shows you and react. Don't predict, just react to what the data is given. Looks like Paul's got some interesting stuff over there. I want to take a look and see what Paul's doing.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Slightly different. I'm getting a bit of feedback, a bit of a delay on you, Patrick. So sorry for this mix-up, but I'll try to go ahead. Essentially, I've been in a swing trade, and looking since August for this to play out. This is no secret to our people online, and this is posted on Twitter quite some time back after I'd posted it in the group. I was looking essentially for this head and shoulders play out. So for this swing failure of this last low on Bitcoin, this was back in, just to highlight, back in August the 18th. I was looking for this swing failure, this low, and then for us to come up and test these highs again. Specifically which area, well, we'll watch that as we come to it. But at the moment, we're seeing this push back up. As I say, we are playing this level by level, and whilst Patrick and I may have slightly different ideas about trading. That's the beauty of what we all do. We all have slightly different ideas about what could and couldn't play out and give different perspectives. Quite often end up at the same result with our trading, by different means, which is quite interesting. But this is what I've been looking to play out, and as such, I am trading this long and hedging on shorts where we meet resistance levels basically, and hedging shorts to keep my position strong. And I'm looking for a fair bit higher. At the moment the strength's pretty good. I am expecting, in confluence with that, a slight move up on the S&P at the moment. We've had a really nice move down on the S&P, and I'm looking for something like this to play out on the S&P, which I do believe will drag Bitcoin with it. And whilst the confluence has been brilliant with Bitcoin and the S&P, I do believe when people get risk on and get into riskier assets, that everything tends to follow. So we must see a push up with Bitcoin. But at the moment, not an awful lot of volatility from, not an awful lot of volatility on the ES while Powell's speaking. So, yeah, that's what I've been sort of looking for on Bitcoin basically, and on the S&P. So yeah, let's just to see where we get to. We got some resistance, and I do like Patrick's triangle idea, and that does look. That could play out nicely, but it's definitely some levels to watch there that he's pointed out. So definitely
I got a
some
question
ideas.
from Panda. Shouldn't the volume decrease across the triangle? I'll just pop my screen up real quick here. I mean,
I think it
yeah,
is, isn't it,
if you
Patrick?
zoom out, it is. Yeah, just take a look at this. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it is. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you, and I would say that it is for the most part. But what you can't disregard is the fact that we did bust out of this range with an increase in volume. So you can't just be like, oh, we got a decrease in volume on the macro side. It's the triangles happening. I'm shorting right now. It may happen, but again, you got to be. I like high probability trades. I don't like just gambling my money at a 50-50 shot. And for me, if you really want to have a confirmed trade, wait for the daily close and see if we get that. But yeah, the volume is decreasing across that triangle. So I like the idea. I could probably look at a potential harmonic also as well, just with the way this comes out at 0.5 down to here. So 8, yeah, could get something like this, where maybe down there, like a bat harmonic, where we do feel the triangle does break, hit the range bottom again, and then we take off to the upside. Could happen. You got to have this. You got to have the ability to just look ahead and think a step ahead of retail. Retail is looking at the here and now. They're looking at this. They're looking at 15 minutes. They're looking at 5 minutes. We got to look at the 4 hour. We got to be thinking out here, not in the here and now. We really got to be thinking ahead. And the data that's developing right now will help us figure out what's coming. But we can't just hop into a trade off developing data. We need it confirmed. We really need to see what's going on. So, I actually like this quite a bit. The more that I look at it, I like this bat harmonic combined with the triangle idea. I think that'd be beautiful. In fact, I'm going to be posting that in the high time frame updates. Once I actually had not even considered that until just now, but it does make sense.
Yeah. It'd mess everybody up a bit more, wouldn't it? And I think, keep that range going a bit longer and really throw everybody off. But yeah,
like I said, you get the double move, grab the downside liquidity. Everyone's, shorting the triangle breakdown, and then you get the move up. Yeah. I think that'd be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Nice. Yeah. This is it. This is why I also like, everybody's just starting to get bearish on the S&P now, and I'm expecting a bit of a push up now. Everybody's, spotted the downtrend and wants to jump on board. That's just when the market starts to push up again. So that's what I'd like to see on the S&P. That's the psychology behind it, but there is some technical levels that are looking nice at the moment. And I think one of our fantastic traders, Imi, had pointed out this level on one of his sessions. I think either was it today or earlier, but yeah, he got the levels bang on. So give him a follow on Twitter. He's calling these levels pivot to pivot. So fair play to him. And yeah, that'd be interesting to see a bit of a push up now. I really would like that. Throw things off, but yeah, it's been quite mild given that. What's coming up there on Squawk feed? Anything exciting that Powell's saying that
Nothing.
you can see? I know we're not watching it.
They haven't even mentioned Powell.
No,
They haven't mentioned Powell, not at all. So maybe he's taking a nap right now. It'll come out in a minute.
Yeah, there's a funny Twitter post going around him at the moment. I would encourage you all to search it out. It's quite funny. It makes me laugh. No.
I got a question about, have I been trading TRB lately? Yeah, just for scalps. Just for scalps. I've had,
that thing is wild.
It's wild. It's insane. Like
that's wild.
I have shorts that I close out because the funding will like wipe out a percentage of the solid percentage of the profit. So yeah,
it is.
It's just scalps. Yeah. I'm not looking to catch a high on that. TRB. If you guys go back in time to our very first charts and beers, that was the first trade I gave out was TRB for over 100% gain. I loved it then. Yeah. I don't love it now. I can't say it's going to give 100% gain now. Yeah. I do have two alts though. Like I said, there's comp is one of them. I'll just give you all that because that's one I'm looking at based off local volume. I love to see a lot of local highs taken, get up into the mid 50s. And then the other one, the members know about. I'll update you if it hits, but if it doesn't, yeah, it's just going to stay with us because it's a sweet level. And
I think I've been watching that one too, Patrick. I think I know which one you're talking about. I think we'll be talking about that after the event rather than giving that away for free. But yeah, I think that's going to be a nice trade, that one. I think I know which one you're talking about there. But yeah, come and join the group and find out what we're talking about. But can't give too much away. We obviously want to be as helpful as we can, but
yeah. So I mean, we're live charting. I do live charting probably 2-3 weeks a month. But it happens every Monday. There's a few of us who cover altcoins extensively, and we live chart assets upon request. So if you're trading TRB, ask me to chart TRB live, and that's what I do on Monday. That's how I start my week off. Is I got 3 fresh charts to work from scratch, and people see how we do it. And quite often we do like dueling live charting, where myself and like Netzo or Findus will be side by side. You can watch our different techniques as we're charting the same asset from a blank chart. And then we blow up our charts individually, go over what we find. You'd be honestly shocked how often our levels line up using completely different methods. But we're looking at the exact same areas. So it just gives us extra confluence. Why I love being a part of the lounge, because we do get different perspectives, different strategies that quite often point towards the same areas. And that's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I love that. You'll look at somebody else's, some analysis of Bitcoin, and you'll see that 3 or 4 different traders have got exactly the same levels by using either harmonics or volume, and they all come to different conclusions. Same levels and the same reaction. It is fantastic thing to see. It just helps reaffirm what you're doing. It's really nice to see that and get that support from other pro traders as well. So
yeah,
I love that.
We do. I trade some absolute trash. I mean, some absolute trash. I can tell you some positions like I don't even know what some of these are. I'm looking at some that I've been holding for weeks now, just because again, these are a lot of these assets members brought to our attention. I live charted them. I took the trade. I'm going to take the trade, obviously, if I live chart it, and they've turned into like 30%, 40% runners that are just hovering at like 30% gains. FET, we're sitting at over 20%. Fourth, never heard of it. Sitting at over 25%. YGG. Don't know what in God's name that is. Sitting over, that's sitting at like 12% right now, but that's gotten up to as high as 30% gain. XEC, that's gotten up to like 25%. It's just under 10 right now. But there is money in trash. As any any Italian, northeastern Italian man might tell you, there's money in garbage. You know what I mean? There is money
Where
in
there's muck,
garbage.
there's brass, they say in the UK.
Exactly,
That's a good old
exactly.
saying.
But we actually had a psychology session on Wednesday. Myself and Michael went sailing, and we had a discussion with members who were trying to go full time, just trading Bitcoin. And I say it's possible, it's possible, especially if you just live on those 4 and 12-hour charts and you're getting those premium trades that last for weeks that you're taking solid percentage profits on. There's a chance you could, but you realistically, having been a full-time trader for years now, paying for houses, all my bills, cars, everything with trading, I can tell you that you really do need to work multiple markets to have the best shot at success. That way you're not forcing trades. You're not forcing trades on Bitcoin. You just be patient for your levels. That's why people say Bitcoin can be boring. I say that it can be boring, but man, it's easy. It's real easy if you just zoom out. You're not trying to scalp every rotation and you just take those premium trades. It can be a beauty to trade. If you want to scalp, go find it all that's bouncing around 5% in a range and go trade those 5% scalps. That's what I love to do.
Yeah.
Get those
There's
mid-time
plenty of
frame
stuff
trades
out
all
there,
day.
isn't there? I mean, yeah, you've got. I agree with you. I mean, the markets we know range 80% of the time, don't they? Oh, they say markets. An asset ranges 80% of the time. There's always something else, and there's always something else in the group to look at. I would say 90% of the time. So if Bitcoin's moving 0.5% range, there's so much other stuff in there, such as commodity and shares and and like you say, altcoins tend to move when Bitcoin's ranging. So there's always something going on. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'll just go ahead and throw that little range back up that we've been looking at. Let me take some of the new stuff we've put on out of here. Bang, 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 bang. But just looking at the range in and of itself, I mean, it's not inherently difficult. Zoom it out to the 12. You can just see it when it's range. You can tell that it's ranging. Oh, it's stuck between the POC and the value area low. Like I'm going to go look towards alt today because it's just stuck between these two levels. Likewise, we got this local SR level. This was using a volume technique, but it's not the same one. So again, we can't give away all of our secrets on a public stream. But this drop here gave me a beautiful local SR level that's been a part of this range. As you can see, we've had it marked since August 23rd, and it's been just beautifully respected. Nothing unexpected on Bitcoin. Just some, again, just high time frame deviations of the range, which would again match up with our triangle idea, and with an eventual liquidity grab down before we pop up. But see, Bitcoin. Take a look at the volume. Man, it's looking for a local high. The CBD is just nothing to write home about. There's no real long aggression here. If anything, this looks like a suspended bounce, like it's just kind of hanging in midair. It really needs to get an injection. If I see a move up with an injection in volume, then again, then I can say, hey, we might be claiming this trigger level. I've got my high time frame area above. Be nice and patient have my alert set, not rushing anything, not shooting from the hip, just waiting for the perfect shot. But for now, I don't really see anything that would warrant a trade in either direction. Just we need to see data develop. If it stands as is, I like the triangle idea. We push out for daily close. I like continuation. That's kind of how I would summarize it.
Yeah.
See if we got any updates on Powell. If he said anything of first squawk, and first squawk is pretty good. It's a resource that Paul turned me on to about giving you very timely updates on important announcements, etc. And said a peep about what Powell's been talking about. So if he is talking, I don't think it's of much substance.
Yeah.
See if we got any questions.
It'd be interesting to see as I think as time goes by. I think with Bitcoin, I think we'll see less volatility. There's more market. This is just an opinion. Less volatility as there's more market participants personally, especially bigger market participants. That's my thoughts. I think we'll see less
Wholeheartedly
volatility
agree.
as time goes by. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think we may have been seeing a degree of that because we all know that there's some bigger participants in the market now. But we'll see what happens. So it's good to set yourself up for in any asset.
I
I mean,
mean,
as
and
a
what
trader, that's what you got to do. Yeah.
and what Paul's talking about, like we were expecting kind of some ranging in this area based upon historical data. Just throw my screen up real quick. Just the fact that you look historically back in 2020, 2021, sliced through this zone between the ranges. On the way down, I mean, it's impulsive move. Support, 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 impulsive move. On the way up, impulsive move. Resistance, resistance, broke through, and then we started to find a tight range. Now we're kind of filling in. This was price discovery to the upside. There was not enough people interested in it up here. It fell down. This area was never really tested. Now, neither was this. Not properly. Hence, we put it. That's why I was love the range idea down here. And we came in the range and we were bouncing back and forth, basically finding an equilibrium of buyers and sellers, which would again go towards Paul's notion of we're going to get less volatility as the markets get more liquid. There's more volume in the market. It's going to go into price discovery. It's going to have more tests of levels. It's going to do more ranging, which for traders is wonderful. If you're a moon boy, if you're an investor, it may not be the news you're looking for, what you want to hear. But for a trader, that's heaven. A nice range, trading it back and forth, getting nice areas of interest on liquidity grabs on the way down. It's a thing of beauty. It's how we make our living. Yeah, totally agree with you there, Paul. Totally agree with you more.
Yeah. I think we could say we're in a range at the moment, to be fair. This range from 24 to, well, I don't know, let's see, 29 could be a range. Could be. Looks like it could be. We will see. We'll see. But not as much volatility as I was hoping for.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a move up on the ES at the moment. But yeah.
Take a look over at some alts here. We got it. They're kind of steadying off too. Came right up towards our level, and then it's just hovering right below it.
Yeah,
nothing to report on the alts.
That's hard because I want to take that trade, and
I know, I do too.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to chase it.
I don't want to be live doing this.
Oh yeah, live going against our own advice, chasing a front run and all that. No, got to wait for the level to be hit. But if you're a lounge member, go into the altcoin section, look at my my most recent post, and you'll see what I'm looking at, what I'm waiting for. I think, and then Paul and I were talking about it before the stream. He likes the idea too. Let's see, Bitcoin.
Definitely a nice level.
It's pretty dead. Let me check and see if we got any questions. No real questions. I wish we had more volatility for you guys. If it was a low cap, I could probably make it move if I really wanted to. But yeah, I can't make Bitcoin move. I'm not a market maker. I just try to think like one.
Nice comments there in the YouTube notes. So thank you for that, Ashley. That's very nice of you to say that we're super helpful. Thank you. We try our best and we enjoy it, and we enjoy the banter between ourselves as well as our members, and that's all part of being a trader. You do look at computer screens a lot of the day, but it's nice to have that banter with other traders and other like-minded individuals. So it does help, definitely.
I'm looking at the comments too. Someone's got it. Clever. We got some clever people out there. They're pulling the wool over y'all's eyes. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look around. Bitcoin Cash, get a nice little pump. Nothing you can chase. Nothing you can short.
Nothing yet. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Gave you again our Bitcoin update. I hope that at least gives you some high time frame guidance, because that in the end, That's going to help you trade Bitcoin more than anything. Just having high time frame scenarios planned out, prepped well in advance, have these levels. You got to look towards look towards the past if you want to see what the future is going to give us, and that's what my volume strategy is based around. And these levels, again, they're just kind of waiting for us to be tapped, and I will be nice and patient and wait for them. Sitting in a long, sitting in a short, we'll see which one wins, right? No reason to go crazy on the Bitcoin side, especially when alts are giving such nice moves. Again, not at the moment, but comp is settling. Ooh, I would love to see a nice high volume SFP of the highs on comp. Bring that one back down. Yeah, that lever pump. I shorted that thing nicely. That thing's coming down, but that's about to bounce. So you're gonna get a small little bounce on lever. Nothing I'm going to trade, but enough for me to take profits right here on lever. I mean, I do trade. I'm telling you, I trade some trash. I really do. Just because the percentages are there, and it follows the volume principles that I teach. So just why not? People always ask me, why don't you focus more on the commodities? And I love the trash. I call it, I'm the trash man. I clean them up. You get 10%, 20%, 30% moves like it's nothing, That's why I love the altcoin market. Don't know how long it's going to be around in the long term, but I'm going to milk it for all it's worth while it's still here. That's for sure.
Yeah, a little bit. Slow in the markets.
Still looking at nat gas. Yeah, we got. I know Netso is always looking at nat gas. I don't know if Trader R is looking at it now. I know he was. He was trading quite a bit.
Yeah, I just closed a trade in that gas today. Actually, it was a nice little scalp on that gas. So yeah, I do. I was trading that. So, but I closed out a trade actually earlier today. I will say I did it again accidentally. I'm always doing this. I closed it out in decent profit, but I only meant to close half the trade. But hey, a profit's a profit, and I can't deny. It was a nice trade on that gas. Hit my level and bounced straight down. But yeah, we're trading all sorts at the moment. We've got a fantastic setup on some what might class people as boring commodities, such as corn and wheat, but there's some big moves to be made on those. Things like palladium, which has moved 5% today. We're trading all sorts.
I mean, Dukes gave us the heads up on the cannabis, that bump in the cannabis market. I mean, we all rode that up beautifully. I gave that one to family and friends. They rode that up beautifully solid double-digit gains, depending on where you got in. But that's why, because you can't. It's hard to watch every market all the time. In the end, you got to focus on your own, and you got to trust your own analysis. I mean, your own data. You can't rely on somebody else. But when I see another pro trader posting one of their analysis on something that gets gets the gears moving, I start doing analysis on that asset. I see similar zones, similar areas of interest. Again, it's something I wouldn't have looked at it normally. That's why I love live charting for the members, because they give me assets to chart that I've never heard of in my life. And then I see that, I'm like, sometimes I look at these, I'm like, this is trash. I would never trade this. When I say trash, I don't mean like a low cap trash. I mean like the chart is trash. I wouldn't go near it. There are instances where that happens, but there are several more instances where we find some really juicy setups with these low caps that I've literally never heard of until members tell us. We have a little raffle. Whoever have a little raffle bot in the chat. Whoever wins the raffle, they give us the alt chart, and we go over it. And I've made quite a bit off the live charting sessions myself, so I can speak from personal experience that they've been quite lucrative. Let's see. So I don't know, Paul. What do you think, man? We're not really getting much volatility. Let's check first squawk again.
I think we've had a chance to chew the fat a bit and talk about what we do. I think we've answered all the questions, haven't we, on YouTube? So I think, well, some nice feedback.
Thank you all for joining us. Hey, if you guys want some more public updates like this, so just high time frame updates, leave some comments, smash the likes. Let us know that what we're doing is wanted. We don't know unless you tell us. We do appreciate everyone, appreciate your time and attention. You could be anywhere right now. You're spending it with us, and we do appreciate that. We're here to help,
Yes, thank you.
honestly.
Yeah.
Just as a little reminder, everything that we have discussed today is for entertainment and educational purposes only, and all trades discussed are and were paper trades. Thank you all again for your time, and hope to catch you guys soon for another public update. Take care.
Thank you all.